And this is Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike at the Vintage Radio and Communications Museum of Connecticut. Hello everybody, Bob here at the microphone, Bravo Oscar Bravo Bob, and we're located in Windsor, Connecticut. We're running a DX60 modified with an SP221 amplifier, dipole antenna, RME 45 Baker receiver. So I'd like to make a couple contacts here, if I may. I'd like to just quickly go down the list. I will not old buzzard it, I promise. WX3K, Stephanie, from W1 Victor Charlie Mike. I missed what you're running for equipment, Stephanie.
Good afternoon, Bob. I recognized your melodious tones there. Running the same stack as usual here on 40 meters. The ICO equipment, 720 transmitter, 730 modulator, 722 VFO. And I'm running about 50 watts carrier into the inverted V at about 50 feet. And the National HRO 50T. That receiver with the big knob on the front. One big knob. How copy?
Oh, perfectly, Stephanie. Can I have your QTH, please?
Sure, it's Sciota, S-C-I-O-T-A, Pennsylvania.
Sciota, Pennsylvania. Thank you, Stephanie. Well, thank you very much for the information. I hope you have all my information over.
QSL, I was listening in, I was eavesdropping, so QSL and 73.
Okay, thank you, Stephanie, very much. All the best. WX3K, W1VCM. I have not worked Randy yet in Ashland, Mass. N3HFK, W1 Victor Charlie Mike, over.
Yes, very good, Rob. Good afternoon. Yeah, name's Randy, located in Ashland, Mass. Running the ICOM 756 Pro 3 into an Ameritron AL 1500 amp. About 250 watts of carrier right now into a G5 RV at 30 feet. And, oh, actually, I'm just looking. I think we might have worked yesterday on 40 as well. But you sound fantastic. 20 over here.
Okay, I'll mark you down as a dupe. I wasn't the operator. Larry was here yesterday. All right, thank you, Randy. Good to hear you again in Ashland. Good signal. May I please pick up Whiskey 3 Juliet Delta, W3JD. Are you on frequency? W1 Victor Charlie Mike.
Yeah, W1 VCM. This is W3 Golf Delta, W3GD. W3 Good Dog. Name is Al. Located in Sellersville, Pennsylvania. Southeast PA, about 30 miles north of Philadelphia. Running the Anon 7000, driving a Lux amplifier, about 200 watts, and a dipole up at about 40 feet. Bob, W1 VCM, good signal down here, W3GD.
Well, thank you very much. That's great. W3GD from W1 Victor Charlie Mike. Thank you very much for the contact, Al, in Sellersville, PA. Your non-Apache Labs 7000 DLE is doing great. I know that radio very, very well, very well. Okay, thank you. Great contact. W3 Juliet Delta, W3JD from Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike. We have 3 operators in one booth here, all on AM. We're multitasking here, too. Here we go. All the best. Now, down the list, may I please work next, Daryl, KD2 AFL with a Gates transmitter, please. This is W1VCM.
Okay, W1VCM. Yes, this is Daryl, KD2 AFL, New Jersey station on the Gates, BC1T. You're coming down here real good, 20 over down here. Nice smooth modulation. I didn't get the rig because I just came in here and turned the gates on, so I don't know what's the rundown, so you could tell me what's going on, and I'll be standing by. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Daryl. Nice to meet you. KD2 AFL W1 VCM. I worked you before. I remember your Gates transmitter. We also have a Gates transmitter on 75 currently at the moment on 3885. But we're running here the DX60, a DX60 modified with the WA1QIX audio mods. It's driving an SB221 amplifier, dipole antenna, and an old Buzzard RME45B receiver. So pretty old-fashioned setup here, lots of fun, and great to hear you on the AM Rally. Daryl, you got a signal like more than a ton of bricks. 10 tons of bricks. KD2 AFL, W1 VCM.
WA3 VJB.
Okay, Bob. Well, I appreciate that, man. Wow, got a smile on my face. Because this transmitter, it's been in the making for a couple of years, and we got it, and shucks, it's doing A-okay. All right, I appreciate that, and I'm going to stand by, see what's going on out there, and see what's going on. So appreciate you calling me back. I'm going to stand by. This is Kilo Delta 2 Alpha Foxtrot Lima, New Jersey station on the gates. I'll be standing by right after you.
Yeah, one more question, Daryl, then I'm going to pick up Paul. What town, what city are you in New Jersey? Over?
Okay, we're in a town called Irvington, New Jersey. We right next to the big city of Newark, but we a town, Irvington Township. Over?
Irvington, New Jersey. Thank you, Daryl. All the best to you, and thank you very much for the AM Rally contact. I worked everybody else on Paul N1MUC's list that I've already worked before, so I want to pick up the new station that just broke in, WA3VJB. Please pick it up from Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike.
Yeah, I realized I only worked you during your setup phase. I didn't actually work you in the event there, Bob. W1 VCM from WA3 VJB. Annapolis is the town. The transmitter is the Super Senior. Receiver is the ITT McKay 3040 Alpha into an inverted V. I thought I'd keep you company here for a couple of minutes and perhaps work Randy and Stephanie and Al. I think, check your logbook, Bob. You gave it back to him phonetically incorrectly again. It's W3 Good Dog, not Juliet Delta, but Golf Delta there at Sellersville, just to make sure you had it correct in the logbook. And, of course, you're sounding high fine business, at least 20 over 9 on the ITT McKay. W1 VCM, how copy for the AM Rally WA3 VJB?
Okay, WA3VJB from Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike. Paul, thank you very much. You're sounding beautiful over my headphones at the present time. You're quite a bit over S9.
I'll hand it back to you.
It is, I'm trying to read the meter on the RMI, but somewhere in the vicinity of 20 over as well, Paul. Very, very good. Noted on Al's call sign, Whiskey 3 Golf Delta. Thank you for the correction. I wrote it down wrong. There are a lot of distractions in the ham shack too. We have 3 active AM operating positions opening out of 4 with the 50.4 megahertz 6 meter AM station open at the present time. We have a 6 meter AM here. We have the Clegg Climaster 250 on the air. It runs about 150 watts into a full-size halo, and we also have a Yagi at our disposal. So we've been on all bands, 80, 40, 20, 15, 10, and 6. Not 160 though. We're just not set up for that at the present time. So Paul, back to you, and then we'll create a new list and we'll ask for some new call-ins here. WA3VJB, Super Senior, sounding great. W1 VCM at the Vintage Radio and Communications Museum of Connecticut.
Very good there, Bob. Sorry to see you didn't get on 160. I know that's a big place for the retired broadcast transmitters. I tried to fire up my 300G on this band, and it didn't sound very good. Got a little bit of time in on 75 with a broadcast transmitter, but that was my own technical shortcoming here. So yeah, take it and run. Good to actually work you during the event. Like I said, I think I worked you and Larry on Thursday when you were setting things up. I'm hearing the 6 meter station in the background. I don't know how close talking you are on the microphone. It's not annoying or distracting at my end, but I bet it is there in the room. So yeah, have yourself another call up. I'll sit here and keep you company for a while. Anybody wants to work me for their logbook, I'd be glad to take it around then. W1 VCM, how many contacts have you got, Bob? WA3 VJB.
Probably 60 or 70 on 80. On 6 meters, we have almost 30 stations. I don't know about 20, 15, and 10, but the real surprise has been 6 meter AM with almost 30 stations in there. 30 including us, I guess. All right, this is Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike at the Vintage Radio and Communications Museum of Connecticut. I'd like to ask everybody on frequency to check in, see who's here, and you all can get contacts, see if we get break-ins as well, okay? So this is Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike standing by for any break-ins. We have Chris, W1XG, I don't know if you're still here, WX3K, KD1SH, N3HFK, W3GD, KD2AFL, and KB1HY on frequency with Paul, WA3VJB. So I'll pause at this time for any breaking stations for the AM rally. Please call now. This is Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike.
Yeah, Paul, you sound great. Absolutely wonderful here. Today, glad to hear you in the rally, and a shout out to my friend Daryl out there as well. KM4XG stepping right back out.
Okay, KM4XG just saying stop by to say hello, W1VCM. Any other check-ins? Okay, nothing heard, nothing new heard. Chris, W1XG, go ahead. Are you still on frequency? W1VCM.
Yeah, Roger, W1VCM in the group. This is Whiskey 1 X-Ray Golf. Yeah, having fun listening to everyone's great sounding and loud signals, and happy to stick around and add to anyone's contacts. That said, if I'll make a couple calls if that's okay with you, Bob. Go ahead.
That's what we're here for. You go for it.
All right, thanks a lot. Peter, Kilo Bravo 1 Hotel Yankee. Do you copy me? This is Whiskey 1 X-Ray Golf, W1XG. Go ahead.
Yeah, Whiskey 1 X-Ray Golf, KB1HY. You got the name okay as Peter. Very nice signal, 59 plus here into New Hartford, Connecticut. And the Yaesu 101 Mike Papa with about 50 watts. But you're sounding good down here in northwest Connecticut. W1XG, KB1HY. Back to you, Chris, over.
Yeah, thanks, Peter. Great signal up here. It's sounding great. Thanks for the contact. And my info, you have my name, Chris. Location is Stowe, Massachusetts. Sierra Tango Oscar Whiskey. Running in a non-SDR and solid-state amp. About 100 watts carrier level and an 80-meter dipole. How copy?
Okay, very good on the Anon, Chris. Sounding good. Audio is nice and clean, and sounding good down here. Nice to work with you. Thanks for giving us a call. W1 X-Ray Golf, KB1HY.
Okay, Peter. Likewise. Thanks very much. Let's see. Next on my list here, Daryl, down in New Jersey. Daryl, how do you copy me? Whiskey 1 X-Ray Golf. I'm sorry. Kilo Delta 2 Alpha Fox Lima from Whiskey 1 X-Ray Golf. Go ahead.
1 X-Ray Golf, man, you're sounding good. About a 15 over. I got a little QRM up here, but you sound good down here. No problem. Just the airways, you know how that is sometime. Good signal, but it is what it is. So nice meeting you, and I'll be standing by. And while I'm in here, hello to KN4XG. Wow, I haven't spoken to you in a while, so I'm going to stand by. Go ahead.
Okay, real good, Daryl. Well, your BC1T is blasting in here. You're 20 to 25 over, and gorgeous sounding audio. I think you're on your new microphone there, and really fantastic. And it looks great on the band scope too. Very good. Let's see. Next up, Paul. Paul, I haven't talked to you in a while. Great to hear you. Hope you copy me okay. Whiskey Alpha 3. VJB, I forgot my phonetics. Victor Juliet Bravo. How copy Whiskey 1 X-Ray Golf. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're sounding good, Chris. It has been a while. When I heard you check in there, it's like, wow, where you been? W1XG. at Stowe, Mass on the Anand. Here is WA3 valuable junk box. Got the name, got the location, running the Super Senior. Receiver is the ITT McKay, nomenclature 3040 Alpha. And you're doing great, at least 20 over. I didn't look at the meter, I don't trust it anyway. I'm going to guess good 20 over because of the signal to noise ratio more than anything. And good luck in the rally. It sounds like quite a gathering there's been. I think Paul, N1MUC, had worked his 100th contact when he turned it over to Bob. So if that's any sign of activity just on these two bands alone, 80 and 40, it's been pretty good. W1XG, go ahead, WA3VJB.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks a lot. Yeah, beautiful sounding audio as usual from your station, and yeah, you're 20 over here. Very good. Well, that's my list, and let's see. Yeah, thanks again, Bob. Thanks for running the show here and letting us fill our logs up and meet and greet with the fine business gang here. So back up to you, Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike from W1XG.
I want to say hi to Jim there, too, KM4XG acknowledged.
Yeah, Paul, you sound great, man. All you old buzzards out there, you pay attention to Paul. You've got the best sounding rig on the air. Most technically perfect station on the air. Yeah, man. And Paul, yeah, you should give you an award of some kind, you know, some kind of a plaque you can put on the wall. Anyway, that's who I'm voting for. Glad to hear you, Paul. KM4XG.
Check is in the mail.
All right. Very good. Hey, that's super. And Paul is someone that we've always looked up to and admired, always because of his technical excellence. Not to mention his profession, which really takes a bunch of boulders to do. All right, I'm going to thank Chris for working all those stations. That's great to watch and listen to. Hello, everybody. This is Bob, Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike. I'd like to ask Stephanie, WX3K, if she'd like to work anybody on the list or call out anybody new. WX3K, W1VCM.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Bob, for turning it over here. I have 4 stations on my list. I have KB1HY, KD2AFL, WA3VJB, and KM4XG. So I'll start with Peter there in New Hartford, Connecticut. How copy? This is WX3K.
Okay, Stephanie, WX3K, KB1HY, and you got the name as Peter, and copy you very well. 20 over here, S9 in New Hartford, Connecticut, up in the northwest corner. And you got a great signal running the Yaesu FT101 Mike Papa, about 50 watts to a 40-meter dipole of about 45 feet. So you're sounding very good, Stephanie. WX3K, KB1HY. Thank you for the call. Over.
Solid copy. Peter, sounding good here in Scioto, Pennsylvania. Again, running the ICO 720 transmitter. 50 watts carrier with the modulator, the 730 modulator, and the rock solid, stable ICO 722 VFL. And to the inverted V, of course, hung about 50 feet or so from the tower, and the National HRO 50T receiver here, making everybody sound great. Thank you for the contact in 73. KD2AFL, Darrell from Irvington. Wow. I'm hearing the S meter hitting the stop when you come on. Go ahead.
Well, hello, Stephanie. It's been a while. Well, you sound terrific, as always, down here in Irvington. Last time I seen you, I believe it was up at Sussex. Well, Stephanie, the gates is running, and the gates is opened up, so, I guess you remember when I first got this, gates. But, we running a new microphone. We running the, Newman 103. And my daughter, she wants to take it. But I told her, no, no, no. This thing is perfect. But hello to you, and you're sounding good down here. So I'm going to stand by, and we'll see who else was out there. So you take care, and it's a pleasure always talking to you. So Steph, take care. WX3K, this is KD2AFL, New Jersey station, standing by.
Okay, Daryl, very good. Nice hearing you on. In the AM Rally, 7-3. And I'll move on with Paul. Down there in Annapolis, Maryland. How are you this afternoon?
Yeah, hey, Stephanie. I've missed working you on the air. It's been quite a while. Happy New Year. I think it hasn't been in 2025. But you're sounding good. I got your equipment information from earlier in Scioto, Pennsylvania. Probably you've got mine as well, the Super Senior, the RCA BN2A, the Sennheiser 421 on the transmit side, of course the Optimod. And the receiver is the ITT McKay, the 3040 Alpha. Boy, it's nice to hear you. It's just wonderful. I got the good headphones on just for you. WX3K, WA3VJB, and the AM Rally.
Awesome. Very, very nice. Yep, I got all your information, and you're sounding good as usual here. Seems like 40 meters is kind of settled in again, signal-wise. Excellent. 7-3, and I'll try to be on a little more often. I've been so busy lately doing stuff. So actually, I'm going to take a break, go get some tea. So I'm going to just ping Jim, KM4XG. How are you this afternoon?
Yeah, doing good stuff. Nice to hear you again. Year 20 over here. Have you got my info?
I do not. Please share.
Okay, it's a IC765 and a SB220 and a G5RB.
Awesome. Really sounds great. You got a really nice sounding icon there.
That's what everybody says. I just lucked into it. You know, it was an eBay purchase. I had nothing to do with it. Hey, this is the great thing about the rally. You get to talk to folks I haven't heard in a long time. Yeah, don't be a stranger, okay?
I'll try not. Gee, I almost zoned on the AM rally. I was like busy doing stuff, and I said, something told me to turn the rig on today, and I'm listening, and I'm going, what? The AM rally? Oh well. It was nice working everybody this afternoon. I'm going to take a little break here, and I'm going to turn it back up there to the museum. Bob, in Windsor, Connecticut. Take the helm, Bob.
W2AO, W2 Atlantic Ocean.
Okay, send me stuff. KM4XG.
Well, there's a list going on here, but I'll work you real quick. W2AO, W1 Victor Charlie Mike, over.
W1 VCM. Oh, that's a nice call. That goes to yesteryear, I believe. This is W2AO. Stu in Fishkill, New York. About 60 miles north of New York City. All I'm running is a Kenwood 890 at 25 watts. We've got some older equipment. I got a Harvey Wells here, but I didn't get it on today. Hope you're copying me, and everybody sounds so nice. I remember lots of people. I remember Stephanie being on AM at one point in time. I don't know where it was though, what frequency, but I always pop my ears up when I hear the ICO pieces of equipment, two of them there. That's nice stuff. And we've been a ham since 1956, so we used to have a lot of that, but now we've gotten it down mostly to modern gear. Thank you to everybody, and we'll be listening. back over to the gentleman there, W1VCM, I think it was, W2AO.
Well, thank you, Stu. W2AO from W1VCM. Solid copy from your TS 890 there, and 25 watts. Doing a good job, Stu. Nice call sign, too. All right, I worked you there, Stu. You're a new one for me, and I'm sure there are others on frequency that would like to work you. So listen up. I'm going to turn it over to Bill. He's next on the list, KD1SH, Kilo Delta 1 Sierra Hotel. Bill in Ashford. Bill, are you on frequency still? And please take it away. If there's anybody you'd like to work on the list, go ahead. This is Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike at the Vintage Radio and Communications Museum of Connecticut.
All right, Bob, very good. Very good, Bob. Thanks for being such a great organizer up there. You're the anchor station. There's just 3 stations here that I haven't worked yet, at least if my list is accurate. So I will make it very brief and get in here quick and say good afternoon to those 3 stations, starting with Daryl, KD2AFL. Very good. You're sounding great up here. I believe I met you one year down at Sussex, New Jersey, at the flea market, and I believe you used to run a T368 at one time. Boy, you sound great on that Gates. That is fantastic. Daryl, the name here is Bill, Bravo India Lima Lima. The call is Kilo Delta 1 Sierra Hotel. And I'm running a homebrew rig, single 6146B modulated by an external homebrew solid-state modulator into a Heathkit amp for about 170 watt carrier. And that's it from up here. Daryl, over to you, KD2AFL from KD1SH.
Well, Bill, you sound marvelous. Nice tones. About a 20 over down here. I kind of remember you, but you know, there's so many people I meet, man. I have to see your face again, but I'm glad you remember me. Yes, the T368 has been on the side since I got the Gates. Boy, I haven't been on the air in about maybe 2.5 years now. I'm gonna have to get that other transmitter back running. But wow, you got good memory. All right, then, I'm going to stand by. You sounded good down here in Jersey. Well, you know, this is a Gates, and boy, I fell in love with it and didn't turn that other transmitter back on. It's sitting on the side. Too heavy to move. All right, thanks for giving me a shout. You're sounding good, and take care. This is KD2AFL, New Jersey station. I'll be standing by.
Okay, Daryl, very good, very good. 7-3 to you. Impressive microphone too, the Neumann 103. Wow, that's a cool mic. I have had an occasional opportunity to bring home a Gates here, but it wouldn't fit through my basement door, so kind of stuck with that. I do have all of the iron from a Gates BC1T though, so at some point I'm going to build something like a Gates with that. Anyway, 7-3 Daryl. Paul, I will say good afternoon to you, WA3VJB. Boy, that's impressive audio over here on the K7DYY. Not running my K7DYY. That's my summertime rig. So right now I'm running the little homebrew rig, and seems to be working quite well. And that's the station here. I'm assuming you got all my information here. Bill, Kilo Delta 1 Sierra Hotel, Ashford, Connecticut, and running the homebrew rig. Paul, good afternoon to you, WA3VJB, KD1SH.
Yeah, you're doing great, Bill. KD1SH, Ashford, Connecticut. WA3VJB, Annapolis. Yeah, I missed your receiver. I don't know if you passed that along or not, but man, the solid-state modulator into a single 6146. Boy, that's clean. I wonder if that's resistive coupled or something. It just doesn't sound like it has anything in the way between the audio and the modulation on the RF. Very, very sweet sound. Sounds like you got a good microphone on there, too. And I know what Daryl's talking about. When I had a T368 and I got the Collins 300G, I realized it had been a couple of years since I had turned on the T368. I just defaulted to the Collins. So finally, I rehomed that with John, W3JN. So the T3 is gone, cleared a nice place in the room, and filled it up with something else. Anyway, yeah, the Super Senior on transmit, the Sennheiser 421, that goes into the RCA board, the BN2A, Baker November 2 Alpha, and that goes into the Optimod. Listening on the ITC McKay as usual. I think last time we corresponded, it was on the internet somewhere, wasn't it? Anyway, Bill, glad you have me there in the logbook. KD1SH and the AM Rally from WA3VJP.
Okay, Paul, very good. Yes, I see your posts all the time on the QRZ AM phone forum, and I'm in there every now and then too, as well as the AM phone forum. And actually, I have a picture of this little homebrew rig over on AM phone right now. This is the little rig that I call Ugly Betty. Not much to look at. It started life as somebody else's homebrew that I picked up really cheap at a Hamfest. It was a single 6146 keyed oscillator, basically CW transmitter, and I just took it and totally reworked it. And the solid state modulator is nothing fancy. If you look on the AM phone forum, and I don't remember the exact post, but Tom K1JJ posted some ideas a few years back about using a Hammond audio output transformer in reverse, using a solid state audio module and running that into the 8 ohm part of it, and using the secondary as the secondary of the mod transformer. It's a Hammond audio transformer in reverse, and that's all it is. Very simple, but it sweeps perfectly clean from 50 hertz all the way up to 20 kilohertz, and it's kind of a nifty little thing. It's relatively simple to build, and you can modulate a lot of stuff with it. So having fun with that. The microphone is the Bluebird SL, made by Blue, appropriately, microphones. It's a large condenser studio mic. And anyway, oh, by the way, the receiver is a RSP-DX, the SDR Play, and that's the whole story over here. So anyway, I don't want to tie it up too much here. I will bring it over to Stu, W2AO. Good afternoon from KD1SH down here in Ashford, Connecticut. Ashford, Connecticut, KD1SH, and a little homebrew 6146 transmitter. Back over to you, W2AO, KD1SH.
Is your call KD1SH, is that right?
Yes, sir. Kilo Delta 1, Sierra Hotel.
Yeah, that rig of yours sounds marvelous. Wow, nice depth, nice audio. Gosh, you ought to be very proud of that. One of the rigs that I've had here over the years is a Harvey Wells 50 Delta Deluxe. I have the VFO. I also have the commercial power supply that was built for that. Most fellows, when they bought the Harvey Wells, they didn't bother to buy the commercial power supply. You know, they just built one themselves because it's a simple supply. I don't know, I've always had lots of fun with that, but I didn't put it on this year. But last year, just for kicks, I have an 890 Sugar here, as I said, at Kenwood, and I run it on sideband quite a bit. But I threw it on the Rally, 25 watts. Good Lord, I worked dozens of stations. It was so friendly and nice, and such a nice get-together on the air. I don't care much for contests, but I like rallies and events and so forth and so on. We've been a member of the Antique Wireless Association for many years, and I have a lot of Western Electric receivers from the early 20s, something I kind of collected throughout the years. Don't find very many of them, but when you do, that to me, they're a real gem. But, you know, to each his own. But anyway, thank you for the nice chat. And a nice group in here this afternoon. I think there was a fellow by the name of Bill was in there. I didn't get him yet, but I'd like to say hi to him too, if that's possible. KD1SH and Company, W2AO. Have a nice afternoon.
Okay, Stu, very good. Name here is Bill also, Bravo India Lima Lima, so I'm not sure which Bill you mean. But to be fair, as far as the homebrew rig, it's getting assistance from much more technically sophisticated equipment. The microphone is a large diameter condenser, goes into a DBX 286S microphone processor, and followed by an Innovonics 223. So that audio chain is doing a lot of the work. But the little homebrew rig is basically doing what a transmitter should do. It's being transparent. It's not adding anything or subtracting anything from what the audio chain and the modulator is delivering to us. So very happy with that. So anyway, that's the story here. And I will turn it back over to Bob because he's doing a very good job at being master of ceremonies. So Bob, thanks for letting me get in here and make these 3 contacts. And I will turn it back over to you. W1VCM, KD1SH.
Because I don't really think...
Okay, very good, Bill. KD1SH and this big AM rally group. This is Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike, W1VCM, at the Vintage Radio and Communications Museum of Connecticut. Next on the list is Randy, N3HFK in Ashland, Mass. Randy, would you like to work some stations on the list that we have here? This is W1VCM, over.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. I haven't been doing a great job keeping track of the list, so I think I'm going to work the same 3 stations pretty quickly here. Let's start off KD2AFL and 3HFK. This is Randy in Ashland, Mass. Just running a solid-state rig, ICOM 756 Pro 3, about 250 watts carrier into a G5 RV wire. And I always wondered how somebody got a BC1T into their house. I guess you take your roof off and lower it in with a crane or something. But over to you, Daryl.
Well, I tell you what, Randy, it took 4 guys. I had to take all the moldings off the door. I thought I had to take the door down, but we just got it in. And no iron in it. Matter of fact, the door was off the gates, and man, it was something. Oh, you should see the people in the neighborhood looking when I rolled it off the truck, and I had to like look around, and I caught a couple of guys in the neighborhood was walking up and down. I said, "Can you give me a hand?" Yeah, it's something. But I had to take all the molding off the doors just to get it in. We barely got it in the door. So, you better have about 4 guys. But that's the story. But you're sounding good, man. Oh, your audio is tremendous. Wow. Nice, loud, piercing audio. I had to turn down my receiver just a little bit. So, Randy, that's the story. So if you get a Gates, you better get some good, powerful young men. So there it is. This is KD2AFL. I'm standing by.
Okay, thank you, Daryl. You're 40 over in the Boston area, by the way. So yeah, it was worth the trouble getting that thing moved into the house. Okay, next up, WA3VJB, Paul. I know we have spoken multiple times in the past. I definitely remember Annapolis. Although I don't think we've spoken recently. I haven't actually been on AM that much, but I'm trying to make up for it today. Let's see, WA3VJB, N3HFK.
Yeah, Randy, nice to hear you again, N3HFK. You got your equipment and your QTH from WA3VJB. And you probably copied the Super Senior as the transmitter with an RCA port known as the BM2A and a Sennheiser 421. And that goes into the Optimod 9105A. Receiver is the ITT McKay 3040 Alpha. And nice to have you in the logbook here, Randy, with the have 756 Pro 3 that you're on this time. Yeah, join us on 40 meters, top of 40 meters daytime. Quite a lot of activity in here since you were on last. Daytime, if you get a break at lunch or whatever. Also in the early afternoon, right about now, weekdays, there's a gathering, anywhere from 7270 on up. Just remember to spin down a little bit lower than you might usually have looked. And thanks for the call. N3HFK and the AM Rally, WA3VJB. How copy?
Oh, your station sounds fantastic. You're 20 over into the Boston area. And, yeah, it's been a while since we've spoken, but if you recall, I used to live in Ellicott City, Maryland, and worked at what was, back in the day, Westinghouse Aerospace, next to the BWI airport there. So, yeah, I will try to get on with a little more regularity. Life has just gotten in the way here recently. And let me move along quickly here. Last but not least, W2AO, N3HFK. Stu, you in there?
Yeah, did you say N3HFK? Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct, but don't let the 3 call fool you. I'm up here in the Boston area, Ashland, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. You got a nice signal here, too. You're doing very well this afternoon. Conditions are great, and they will be until the longer skip comes in. And, well, they may be great then, too, but it'll be a different set of stations further away. And I think there's one gentleman that I didn't work in. That was Bill down in New Jersey with that great big gauge transmitter. Wow, reminds me of some of the Collins stuff that was about 7 foot tall he used to use. But thank you, and good luck to you, and have a pleasant day. As I say, you got a very nice signal, and thank you for saying hello. N3HFK2AO.
Okay, thank you, Stu. And let me throw it back to our Bob, our Master of Ceremonies, W1VCM. And I am going to head upstairs to get something to eat, so please take me out of the rotation for a bit, but I will try to get back down here. And I really appreciate all the contacts I made today. It's just fantastic seeing so many people on AM. Up to you, Bob.
Okay, thank you very much, Randy. N3HFK from Whiskey 1, Victor Charlie Mike. Doing a great job with that Pro 3, Randy. It's blasting right through a very loud audio. All right, next on the list is W3 Golf Delta, W3GD, Al in Sellersville. Are you still there? And would you like to work people on the list? And maybe some new check-ins will come in, too. This is Whiskey 1, Victor Charlie Mike. Over.
Yeah, okay. Oops, foot slipped off here. Very good, Bob. W1 VCM and a very large group, W3 Good Dog. Yeah, just want to say a quick hello and a thank you to Paul, W3VJB, W3GD. Good to hear you on here, Paul.
Well, thanks, Sarah. I was funny because I hadn't actually worked you when I made sure Bob had you correctly in his logbook, Al, so that's great. Yeah, name is Paul, call letters Whiskey Alpha 3, Victor Juliet Bravo, and location Annapolis on one of the super seniors from Index Labs, and the receiver is the ITT McKay, the 3040 Alpha, old commercial shipping receiver from about 1980. And I've got your information as a 7000, the Anon, in Sellerville, Pennsylvania. W3GD, Good Dog. And I've got one right here next to me, as a matter of fact. His name is Keats. WA3VJB, Al. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good, Paul. Yeah, and hello to Pete there, too. Give him a scratch for me. Yeah, my little girl was here on her bed, but she's busy watching her mommy working around the house. So, yep, thanks for the contact, and I will stand by in case anybody wants to work me, Bob. I will be QRU&V, W1VCM, W3GD.
Okay, I guess you're done working the list, over?
Yep, go ahead.
All right, thank you, Al. Next on the list is Daryl, and after that is Pete, HY. Daryl, Kilo Delta 2, Alpha Foxtrot Lima, with the Gates BC1T. You're the strongest signal on the air. I don't know the calibration of this meter exactly. It's a little different, but there is an S9 and there's a lot of decibels on it. I'm going to have to guess you're somewhere between 35 and 40 over. Now, not everybody's been able to convert their Gates BC1T to 40 meters, and you've managed to do that. I'm sure you had to do the modifications. Something similar to what Tim Smith did, WA1HLR did to our Gates BC1T. Shorten and get rid of unwanted stray capacitance. So I'm going to turn it to you, Daryl. Big signal, wow. KD2 AFL. Go ahead, this is Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike, over.
Okay. Whiskey 1 Charlie Mike. I tell you what, this gate's been built by Robert, W0 voice modulated carrier. This is one of his creations. But I'm going to make this my last one. I'm going to get out of here, but I'm going to call my friend Jim down there and see what he's doing, because I haven't talked to Jim in a good while. So KN4XG Mr. Jim, are you still there? This is Kilo Delta 2 Alpha Foxtrot Lima.
Yeah, I'm still hanging in here, enjoying the crowd. You know, it's really nice hearing all these different stations coming in, hearing all these different folks. I haven't heard them in a long time. Yeah, you're big down here too. You're probably, I know I didn't look at the meter, but you're probably every bit of 40 over here. So yeah, man, great to hear you. It's really cool, you know. Getting to hear everyone else. I mean, a lot of folks that you just don't normally hear. Maybe we should do this a couple times a year. And maybe that would be a good idea. But yeah, thanks for the shout, man. And don't be a stranger. I'm usually hanging on 75 these days, but I'll get on 40 sometimes during the day. Depends on what I'm doing. But yeah, let's catch up sometime. KD2AFL, New Jersey station, KM4XG.
Okay, KN4XG. Okay, Jim. Boy, I just got some sporadic, I don't know, some kind of crazy signals was coming in while you was talking to me, but wow. I guess the other person heard that too, I don't know. Yeah, it's good, man. Yeah, we should do this. I haven't talked to Stephanie. It was a shock to hear her voice out there. She sound good. All right then, Jim. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to turn it back over to the master ceremony. And I'm going to make this my last one. I'm going to go get me, I'm hungry. I got to go get something to eat. So you guys take care, and I'm going to get out of here. So 73, everybody. And I probably won't be back because I got to go out to get something to eat. So the master ceremony up there at the museum, I believe. You go ahead and take it over, and I'm gonna say I'm one and done. And 73 fellas out there, it's been a good pleasure talking to everybody. 73. This is radio station KD2AFL on the Gates BC1T transmitter.
Wow, what a signal. All right, very good, Daryl. All the best to you. KD2AFL. This is Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike at the Vintage Radio and Communications Museum of Connecticut. All right, lots of stations starting to float in underneath, but the AM stations that we've been on here with are really way over the top, so what can I say? Next on the list is Peter, who's in New Hartford, Connecticut. Kilo Bravo 1 HY. Kilo Bravo 1 Hotel Yankee. Are you on frequency still, Pete? This is W1 VCM. Over.
Okay, W1 VCM, KB1HY. Thanks, Bob, and great job. Yeah, I'll make a few calls here. I was going to work Daryl, but he's scooting off, but I'll try November 3, Hotel Fox Kilo, Randy, up there in Ashland, Massachusetts. Call here is KB1HY. Name is Peter. And we're in New Hartford, Connecticut, up in the northwest corner of the state. And we'll see if you copy. N3 HFK from KB1HY. Over.
China is mostly just trying to take care of itself, and there's nothing going on beyond that. There's no.
He scooted out, Peter.
I would bet.
Okay, you scooted off. Okay. Whiskey 3 Golf Delta W3GD. Hello, Al from KB1 Hotel Yankee KB1HY. Peter in New Hartford, Connecticut. Any copy, Al? Over.
The rise of China is just making it harder for the U.S. empire to operate in the world.
I think the band's crapping out.
Okay, I'll make one more. I know you can probably hear me. Whiskey 3, Victor Japan Bravo, W83J VJB. Paul from KB1HY. Name is Peter. We're in New Hartford, Connecticut. Any copy, Paul? Over.
Oh yeah, you're sounding great. And I'll give you the jackpot. And happy to work you. KB1HY, New Hartford, Connecticut. I have that you're on the FT101 Mike Papa. Call letters are Whiskey Alpha 3, Victor Juliet Bravo. You got the name correctly. Location Annapolis, capital Maryland. Transmitter is the Super Senior. Receiver is an ITT McKay. Nomenclature 3040 Alpha. How copy?
Okay, WA3VJB. I got a buddy, GJB. Very good, Paul, and boy, that equipment is working well. The audio is tremendous. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Armchair copy here, and glad you're copying the old, not old, newer type of radio. Running about 50 watts, whatever the radio puts out here on AM. But good to hear you. Thank you very, very much, and nice to be part of the AM rally. WA3, Victor Japan George, Bravo, sorry, KB1 Hotel Yankee.
I don't know if you have it right or not. I think you do. Valuable junk box. And I'll look for you later on. Hope you'll check in again. KB1HY over to W1VCM. Unless you had others there, Peter. WA3VJB.
Yep, one more. Whiskey 2 Alpha Oscar. W2AO Stu from KB1 Hotel Yankee. KB1HY. Name is Peter. We're in New Hartford, Connecticut. Any copy, Stu, over?
Public versus non-public industry.
I don't know, Bob. Is the band going out, or are these guys checking out? Over.
Well, it was kind of a long wait. Maybe some people had to go, but it sounds like the band's starting to go long, and I'm starting to hear foreign broadcasts coming in. So that's the story out here in Windsor, Connecticut. So. Pretty good, pretty decent list going on here. I believe. Do you have any more? Peter? Do you have any more stations that you like to work? Then we'll turn it over to Paul.
Nope, I'm good over here, Bob. And I'm going to check out. I'm going to go grab some dinner too. Getting hungry, and hopefully we'll be back later. Probably a different way of life here once the sun goes down, Bob. Thank you very much for everything, and good to hear everybody here on the frequency and picking up the station. Thanks, Bob. W3VCM, KB1HY. Thank you, and 7-3 to all.
All right, Pete. Thank you very much for everything, and thanks for hanging in there on 50.4 megahertz as well. That's been very useful. All the best. KB1HY, the W1VCM. All right, next on the list is Paul, WA3VJB. Paul, do you have anybody you'd like to talk to? This is W1 Victor Charlie Mike. Go ahead.
Well, I was fortunate enough. I guess my timing was good because everybody I wanted to work had actually called me when you called them up, so that worked out real well. The only one I missed was Stu, W2 American Optical. I took down some good notes from him, though. Licensed in 1956. That's coming up on 70 years the guy's been licensed. And I loved his comments about how everybody has been so friendly and nice out of all the stations that he's worked on AM here during the rally. That's good stuff. I'm going to send that along in the comments section of the rally, Bob. I think that's worth memorializing. W1VCM, thanks for organizing it. You're an excellent anchor, my friend. WA3VJB.
Manufacturing in China.
Well, thank you, Paul. Thank you very much for those kind words. A3VJB from W1 VCM, Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike at the Vintage Radio and Communications Museum of Connecticut. Thank you very much, Paul, and terrific. Let's see, I'm not sure who else is left in here. Yeah, I think W2AO signed out. I think everybody's signing out here, so we can... last on the list, though, I do see is KM4XG. I wonder if he's still on frequency. KM4XG, W1VCM. Are you still on frequency?
Yes, and it's been a pleasure. I want to tell you, this is really, really, really cool. I'm enjoying this a lot. And nice to hear everybody today, and propagation is excellent, noise is low, signals are good, audios are nice. This is way cool, and I'm enjoying it very much. But I guess I'm going to check out here as well and go poke around in the kitchen and see what's up. But yeah, good job, Bob. You know, you're doing a great job. W1VCM and the fine group KM4XG. I'll be
WA1GFZ.
Okay, very good. KM4XG, W1GFZ. I heard Frank in there. Hold on, someone's passing me a message here. Okay.
Heard you
All
too,
right.
John.
KM4XG, W1VCM. Would you mind holding in just back for a moment? I just want to make sure I got your name, your location, and what you're running for equipment. I don't have it down for 40 meters. Over.
Okay, yeah. The name is Jim, Japan, Italy, Mexico. The town is Herndon, Virginia. Herndon, Virginia. That's 20 west of Washington, D.C. And I'm running a genuine Spencer Gifts lava lamp, circa 1978, made in Japan. Not this cheap Chinese stuff. This is a genuine Japanese lava lamp. And let's see, what else did you need?
No, the lava lamp's just fine. I'm gonna submit that way.
Okay, very good. Yeah, and that's the story. So, yeah, I guess we worked on both bands, so that's cool. I'm not really logging or doing any of that. I'm just kind of sandbagging and, just enjoying it. So, yeah, good luck, and heck, I might get in here later when the band goes live. We'll see what comes around. KM4XG 73.
Thank you very, very much, Jim. That's really terrific. You have a very nice sounding station. Your lava lamp's doing great. KM4XG 73, W1 Victor Charlie Mike. Looking for now, we're at the bottom of the list. We had a check-in, so I'm going to get a new piece of paper here and start out WA1GFZ. Frankie, how you doing? This is Bob, Whiskey Bravo 1, Golf Charlie Mike at the microphone here of Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike at the Vintage Radio and Communications Museum of Connecticut. WA1GFZ to take it, Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike.
Yeah, W1VCM. This is WA1GFZ. I guess you got a big group in here, so I won't hold it too long. So I figured I'd jump in and give you a point. I'm casually keeping track, but I probably won't do enough context to really be in competition with anybody. So just lurking and giving out points. I tried to catch you yesterday, but you headed to 6 meters. This is the first time we worked at my new QTH down in Niantic. And I'm running HP SDR Hermes and the homebrew solid state linear amplifier. They're running about 350 watts output. And the antenna's 250 foot center fed with open wire line. So you're coming in real good here, Bob. I didn't look at the S meter, but you're strapping right in. W1VCM and the group WA1GFZ.
Thank you, Frank. WA1GFZ. This is Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike. W1VCM. Ton of bricks here, and I didn't know you moved, Frank, from Enfield down to Niantic. Well, that's a very nice shore town down there. Very, very good. Hermes Light. Beautiful. Sounds great. Big signal. Lots of power. Stick around a little bit. Maybe we'll develop a new list here for everybody to share contacts with. I'm going to, at this point in time, say CQ AM Rally. Any check-ins for the AM Rally? This is W1VCM at the Vintage Radio and Communications Museum of Connecticut, calling CQ AM Rally, looking for check-ins. This is W1VCM, over.
Alpha Delta 2.
Okay, there were a couple. I got Alpha Delta 2, Delta Kilo. Who else? I got a W3JN. Anyone else would like to check in? Over.
Alpha 1, Victor Victor.
Alpha 1, Victor Victor. Got you on the list. Is there anybody else? Okay, QRZ one more time, and there was a weak one in there. QRZ.
Number 3, India.
Wow, that's really light. A Kilo 3. Try it again.
Kilo November 3, India.
Kilo 3, India?
Kilo November 3, India. He's on 7298.
Okay. Kilo November 3, India. We're on 7285, right around there. Just dropped down a little bit. You were out of my pass band, but we got you on the list. Thank you, Paul, for the relay. All right, since I'm at the top of the list, I'll get to work. 82DK. Please go ahead. This is W1VCM. My name is Bob, Bravo Oscar Bravo Bob. We're located in Windsor, Connecticut at the Vintage Radio and Communications Museum of Connecticut. We're running a Heathkit DX60 modified with WA1QIX audio, and an SB220 is amplifying that. The receiver is a RME 45B, old buzzard receiver, and a dipole antenna. Output power, 100 watts. That's what the meter says. So I'm going to turn it to 82DK from W1VCM. Over.
Well, good to make your acquaintance, Bob. Your equipment up there certainly sounds like it's doing the job. Nice audio. Yeah, the museum up in Windsor is a place that I've been meaning to get to. It's just a ferry ride, an hour's drive or so away from me here on Long Island. Name here is John, by the way. I'm talking to you on a Kenwood TS990, barefoot 50 watts, into a half-wave dipole. Back to you, Bob. 82DK.
Okay, 82DK from W1VCM. Got it. Beautiful. Sounds good. Very impressed with the way your Kenwood sounds. Whereabouts on Long Island are you?
I'm in a town called Middle Island, which geographically, as you might imagine, it's kind of in the middle.
I'll have to look that one up. Middle Island, got that. Well, thank you very much, John. Well, you're going to be at the top of the list, and you can work everybody. I'm going to go through this list really quickly myself. W3 Johnny Novice, W3JN, W1VCM, over.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. W1VCM, group W3JN. I was just tuning around, and I hadn't had the 30K on in a while, so I thought I'd fire it up. Get on 40 meters here. Yay, that's a little better. And heard Paul VJB and Frank GFZ in there, so I thought, what the hell. Anyway, name is John, John, QTH, Mount Airy, Maryland, about 30 miles west of Baltimore. Running a Collins 30K1 and a 7584 receiver. And I'm not in this to make any contacts, build a list or anything like that, but I'll say a hearty hole at anyone who wants. So over to you, W1VCM, W3JN.
All right, John, very good. Excuse me, yeah, John, W3JN, W1VCM. Thank you very much. That was a good transmission. Love it. I like what you're running there very, very much. Congratulations on having one of those. That's beautiful. That's something you would always strive for. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for that. Stick around if you want to work the other stations. Over to AA1 Victor Victor, Alpha Alpha 1 Victor Victor, W1VCM, over. I have your name and what you're running for equipment and your QTH.
You mentioned Western governments and trapping countries in debt. Are you referring to private enterprises like the Club of Rome, or are you talking about the IMF and World Bank? And if so, how do Western governments or how have they historically debt trapped
40 meter inside half hour, running about 25 watts. Although I should probably switch over to my Kenwood 430 maybe and get a little bit of an old radio. But yeah, I just turned the radio on and just realized the AM rally was going on this weekend, and been listening for a few minutes, and I heard all you guys in there, and you guys have some wonderful signals. Everybody's been 10 over S9 over here, and it's sounding really good.
Back to you, Bob. This is AA1VV.
All right, very good, Jason. Nice to meet you. I missed what you're running for equipment. There were some distractions in the room here. Over.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm running a Yaesu FT710, the FT710, into a 40-meter end-fed half-wave wire antenna, about up to 30 feet in the air, running north to south. Over.
Okay, gotcha, Jason. AA1VV, W1VCM. Very good. FT710, working, doing a good job. Into Windsor, Connecticut. Though the band is changing, so I'm going to move quicker now. Quicker. Thank you very much for the contact, Jason, on the AM rally. Kilo November 3, India, from Whiskey 1, Victor Charlie Mike. Go ahead. Your turn.
Okay, this is KN3I. Am I on frequency now? Go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, that always helps. Okay, handle's John. I'm located near Phoenixville, PA, which is halfway between Reading and Philadelphia. I'm running an IC746 Pro into a Hercules 2 amplifier and a Johnson Matchbox into a halfway 160 about 45 feet in the air. I was going to get on with my Johnson Viking 2CDC, but the dry pot decided it was finally time to go. So it's paying me back for not replacing it with the 12-8 mod. I also have an NC303 as part of my vintage station. So that's about it. Everybody sounds good on the band. I just threw this together, so it probably sounds like crap. This is the first time I've used this setup, and hopefully it's not horrible. Back over to you, Ken.
And 2FRY Syracuse hear you just fine.
The N2 station, go ahead. Over.
Yeah, I just want to jump in and say, hey, hi guys.
Creating a kind of new international economic
Camera room and heard you guys, so. N2FRY, how's this thing sound? Is it alright?
You betcha. This is Bob here at Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike. We're in Windsor, Connecticut at the Vintage Radio and Communications Museum of Connecticut. Yes, you're sounding quite good. We have a list going, and if you want to stick around, you're on it, and you can work. We got 5 others other than me on frequency. I'm running a DX60 over here, modified with an SB221 amp, half-wave dipole, and an RME 45B receiver. Back to you, name, location, and all that happy stuff, and then we'll pass it around to everybody else. N2FRY, W1VCM.
Yeah, okay. N2FRY, November 2, Fox Radio Yankee. Name is Ed, Echo Delta. My friends call me Eddie Fix-It, because I'm always fixing something, which I was just fixing something. And I got it working, and I'm like, it's a video surveillance system that I bought for dirt cheap, and I've been able to restore all of the components of it piece by piece by piece, but man, it works good. Dang, for $32. Damn, that thing's $1,000. Anyway, enough of that. I'm all happy about it. At microphone here is an Electro Voice RE20. The transmitter is a senior 8040 DYY senior, and I'm running a 100 watts carrier. Yay, man, nice positive. Anyway, into an MT3000A, and very good. All right, well, we'll pass it back to you up there in the museum, doing the museum thing. God bless you, man. Sounds good. Any other station there that said you don't sound good at all? Hell, I can hear you just fine in Syracuse. Adequate audio, and it could be a little louder, but other than that, it was all right. N2FRY, back to the museum guy.
Thank you. N2FRY in Syracuse. I missed your first name, over.
Eddie. Friends call me Eddie Fix-It, Ed.
Eddie, nice. N2FRY, W1VCM. Nice to meet you, Eddie, on the Super Senior. Doing great. Okay, here's the list that we have here. Get your pencils and paper ready to go. We have Frank, WA1GFZ on frequency. Alpha Delta 2, Delta Kilo. Who is John in Middle Island, New York. W3JN, John, who's in Mount Airy, Maryland. Alpha Alpha 1, Victor, that's Jason in Warwick, Rhode Island. Kilo November 3, India. KN3I, John in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. And Eddie, N2FRY frequency from Syracuse, New York. So with that, I'll start at the top of the list. WA1GFZ, work who you please. This is W1VCM, over.
Yeah, W1VCM and the group. This is WA1GFZ. Okay, I copy everybody. If you're keeping track, KN3I, AA2DK, AA1VV, N2FRY, and W3JN. Hello, John. Handle here is Frank, Foxtrot, Radio, Able, Nancy, Kilo, and we are located in Niantic, Connecticut, along the southern coast of Connecticut, southeast coast, running about 350 watts. The transmitter is a HPSDR Hermes, and the amplifier is a homebrew solid state running about 350 watts. The antenna is a 250-foot center fed with open wire line. And all you guys are coming in pretty good. So how do you want to do this? You want to let everybody, I guess we'd let everybody transmit and just send it around in a circle. So I'll start with AA1VV and just pass it around. Pick it up, Jason. This is WA1GFZ.
We're going to start with a list and keep it to AD2DK, okay?
The things that the United States is good at to help the U.S. economy prosper.
Okay, AD2DK, go ahead.
Studying China. The best course of action for the United States.
Well, you can pick up anybody you want, Frank. My apologies. There's a lot of distractions here. WA1GF said, go ahead and pick up AA1VV. Pick up anybody that you wish, of course. This is W1VCM. Over.
Eddie, fix it's off the air. Gotta go, guys. I'm your N2FRY here.
See you later, Ed. Glad to hear you for a minute or two there, man. VJB.
N1MUC checking back in.
Yeah, hi, Paul, and the other Paul. Okay, let's go KN3I. Go ahead, John.
Okay, very good. I'm totally disorganized. Obviously, I can't even get on frequency, so how am I going to know who to turn it to or ask to communicate with? I think I heard Paul in there. Maybe he helped me out by telling me everyone else I was off frequency, so I don't know if he's still in there. Paul, you still in there? This is KN3I.
Yeah, I am, John. I'm not quite sure which way to hand the rotation around, but I have your information as the 746 Pro. I'm on a Super Senior, listening to you on an ITT McKay, John, right?
Doubling down on studying China. I see you advertising your book, Why the World Needs China Frequently.
It's coming out about 2 carrier in the next couple of years. 10 Tech amplifier. This is the first time I've used this setup, so I hope I'm not pushing it too hard. And I guess it sounds okay. It's not too hideous. I'm pretty sure it won't sound anywhere near as good as some of the signals I've heard on here. It's absolutely incredible. I think it's wonderful everybody is out today. I'm glad I could make it. I was very disappointed when the drive pot went on the Breaking 2 CVC. So let's see, I don't know who else to turn it to. I guess I'll turn it back to net controls and KN3I.
Okay, Bob, pick it up. I think what has happened here is that Frank was outbound contacts, not really keeping a log on inbound, but anybody who needed Frank at WA1GFZ and that was including John, and then the other John, DK, I think, is where that was left. I might take a moment, Bob, and get a handshake with the other John, W3JN, my Maryland neighbor there on the 30K1. John, how copy this afternoon?
What kinds of factories or agriculture or so forth would you like to see in China? I know you think it's anecdotal because it's just your personal experience.
That's a little better.
Your data with your, actual physical experience.
Speak louder or stand closer to the microphone. Yeah, you're doing 40/9.
Agriculture
and great as always. An IPTK receiver. I haven't had this 30K on in probably over a year, so I heard some activity and thought I'd blow out some of the cobwebs. I built a new console here. An audio console that somebody had built on the marketplace. It's really well done. So, has room for a lot of rigs, has some maintenance, RAM hardware, etc. So, I know there's a lot of guys in there. Hardy Cool like the Frank, long time no talk to. And settling into the ACCA and John TMCI up there into the desert to go to where they were now planting near shortfront trees. And that's about that on that. So over to Paul W3VJB. W3J. 4 hours for driving.
Hi, John. Thank you. Yeah, you came up a little bit earlier today. I don't know if you were listening or not, but Sarah was in here on a Gates PC-1 Tango, and he also has a T368 that he hasn't used in 2 years, which was the very familiar motivation for getting the T3 rehomed with yourself. So I brought your call letters up as being a good home for my T3, and I hope it's still in the air, perhaps from Deep Creek. We'll get caught up on another occasion. There's a lot of people in here. W1VCM. Bob, step closer to the microphone. WA3VJB with the AM Rally.
3 times I went to the tree plant.
Okay, thank you, Paul. WA3VJB, W1VCM. All right, very good on everywhere. I'd like to turn it over to AD2DK. Is there anyone that you would like to work, John, on the list? This is W1VCM. We have W3JN on there, AA1VV, KN3I, and Frank, WA1GFZ. I believe they're all in here, and 2FRY as well. And Paul, N1MUC, is back in. All right. And before I turn it over to John, AD2DK, I'm going to call out KB1LI. KB1LI, are you on frequency from Whiskey 1 Victor Charlie Mike? Over.
N2FRY back.
We have salmon. Because I asked him, I hear the salmon.
Okay, the other station that broke in, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying I was back. I wanted to say something to Paul, VJB there. Hey, Paul, thanks for putting the recording on the K7DYY the forum. I appreciate that. And I got this thing working now. It seems to be okay now. All right, back to the group. N2FRY, thanks.
Copy that. Very good.
82DK, it's your turn. W1VCM, over.
Oh, very good, very good. I'm going to keep this short, and I'll just call for one station. I'm having antenna problems that are cropping up intermittently, and now they're being intermittent. Anyhow, let me try Whiskey Alpha 3 Victor JB Paul. How copy AD2DK Long Island?
Yeah, John, doing fine. 82DK on your TS990 in Middle Island, Long Island. I like that, John. I like your explainer on that. It's where it might happen to be on Long Island. Gee, of all places. Anyway, Paul, as you know, transfer is the Super Senior from Index Labs. The receiver is an ITT McKay, nomenclature 3040 Alpha, on an inverted V, and you're in here about 10 to 15 over 9 on that radio, John. Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, I had it right, yeah. There's too many Johns in here.
Kilowatt Charlie 8, Whiskey Victor Hotel.
Don't think about what conditions are like for people in very poor countries. So
Anybody catch that calling station besides me? Anyway, I'm going to hand it back to Bob. I'm going to be on the side listening. If anybody wants to work me, I'm here, but hold me out of the rotation with this antenna problem. AD2DK, back to the net.
Okay, John, yeah, good luck on that.
Sorry for antenna problems, John. 82DK 73, and thank you for being in the AM rally. This is W1VCM. All right, W3JN. Hey, Johnny Novice, you want to work anybody? Is he in there, Paul?
No, I'm not hearing him, but I wanted to acknowledge Kilo Charlie 8 Whiskey Victor Hotel had joined us there at the end of DK's.
Kilo Charlie 8 Whiskey Victor Hotel. Why don't you make a transmission and we'll find out all about you. This is W1 Victor Charlie Mike. Over.
Alright, the band's getting kind of long there.
Can't hear him, Paul.
Yeah, stand by, I'll relay.
Involving in the AM rally here, transmitting with the Apache and receiving with the matching Mohawk barefoot. We're segment just a little bit about 100 watts worth of carrier, and the antenna is about vertical. So I don't know what's back there anyway, you've been there. So let's roll up in here and get to the 15 kilo
All right, Dave, very good. I'll pick it up here because I could hear you. Kilo Charlie 8 Whiskey Victor Hotel, an hour south of Cleveland in Ohio. Your name, Dave, and you're on the TX1 transmitter listening on the RX1 Mohawk, and I have the butternut antenna. Name here is Paul, Papa Alpha Uniform Lima. Call letters Whiskey Alpha 3 Victor Juliet Bravo. Transmitting on a Super Senior by Index Labs. Receiving you on an ITT McKay, nomenclature 3040 Alpha. I'm going to kick it back to Bob there, who's the anchor station for this frequency of the AM rally, and take it from there. KC8WVH.
WA3VJB, W1VCM. Nice job, Paul. I'm going to ask another station to take over as the anchor at this time. I have an old Buzzardly receiver here, the old RME 45B, and it's doing the best it can for a 76-year-old receiver. It's been high fidelity all day long, but its performance is being compromised by the conditions at this time and old design. So with that, I'm going to turn it to Paul, since you have the most strong signal. And I'm just going to be off on the side, and I need to take a break. I haven't eaten anything today, except for a snack at breakfast. So I'll need to refuel a little bit. So I'm going to turn it to Paul, WA3VJB, if you won't mind, and you can pass it around a bit. WA3VJB, W1VCM with my gratitude. Thank you.
Whiskey 1 Bravo, November Charlie.
K1 Bravo November Charlie. Like the connector. Get to you in just a second. Yeah, happy hour starts at 4 o'clock in the house, and I promised Pam I would do so. So I'll do one more call up of any stations who have been looking for contact with other stations that they already know of. If anybody's hearing Dave south of Cleveland, he's the newest on my list. Actually, no, K1 connector, K1BNC is the newest on my list. And if anybody, of course, wants to work this station before I flee for the house, I'll be standing by. WA3VJB.
N1MUC, I'll pick up a few if it's all right. K1YW.
Okay, I heard the ship.
K1YW. I'm going to add that to the bottom of the list here, whether you take it over for another round, Paul VJB or not. Otherwise, I could pick it up. But anyway, John, KN3I, how copy N1MUC?
N1MUC, KN3I. Very good signal. I didn't get the S-meter reading on it. We FM110, whatever it is, KN3I.
I was just barely able to copy you on that. I will try again in a moment. Stay down there. I'll come back to you, John. Let me try the other John. W3JN,
Pennsylvania.
W3JN and Mount Airy, N1MUC.
The military said China would file a complaint at the WTO, and the country would take countermeasures to safeguard its interests. Meanwhile, the Chinese foreign ministry once again warned there would be no winner in trade and tariff wars. The China Council